Jaco. So, what inspired you to make a film? Or multiple films? It's on Netflix, by the way. If you got Netflix, he's got a show on Netflix that you should definitely watch. But what was the inspiration behind it? Because I imagine when you're in the film industry, it's not necessarily the most attractive topic to pitch and stuff like that. What inspired you? What was the process like to create a film? Just give us some knowledge behind that.
Yeah, I mean, look, we can talk about the film. I'd rather go watch the movie. I don't want to talk about the film. I want to talk about an issue that's really serious. And you have to understand, the only way you move culture is by changing language. It's impossible to move culture without changing language. And this is why it goes from prostitution to sex work. The second you call it sex work, now you're entitling it. Now there's an employer and an employee. And you have to pay attention to culture. We've been fighting this fight since 1994. My sister was trafficked for 6 years in 1994. That's why we made the film. But we make the film to spread the message and the word. And that's why we make content, because content is powerful. But it's not about the content. It's about tonight. So before I say anything else, the people on this panel, I want to thank you personally. You're warriors. You're out in the front line. That's the #1 anti-trafficking task force in the country, Fort Worth. They are the best. We also have a really good task force. They have a really good task force in the Sheriff's Department in Fort Worth, Sheriff Wayburn and these guys. So what you have to understand, it's happening in culture. And if I ruffle your feathers, good. I'm not here to make friends. I've got a wife and kids. I don't need your friendship. Honestly, I couldn't care less, okay? And that's on the panel and out of the panel. Do not walk into this room tonight and come sit here and want to talk about human trafficking and sex trafficking as so eloquently, explained to you, and you don't start with yourself. My question to you is, are you part of the problem? Now, how dare you ask me? I'm here, Jaco, I'm the choir. No, I'm asking you, every man in the building, are you part of the problem? Do not tell me you want to fight sex trafficking, but you watch porn. Let's start there. Jaco, porn has nothing to do with sex trafficking. Of course it has. You're feeding the beast. If you're watching porn, soft porn, hardcore porn, you're on the same track as the guy that's exploiting a child. End of story. You can't get away from it. So this is every cultural issue we're dealing with in this country. I lived in apartheid, for crying out loud. We deal with symptoms in the United States. We're excellent at doing triage in this country. And you don't fix sex trafficking, human trafficking, labor trafficking, race relations by dealing with symptoms. There's a massive heart issue in this country. Yep. We look the other way when evil is in our face. This is how they removed prayer from school. This is how they move our nation to the left. This is how today the fastest growing form of sex trafficking is familial. It's family members in this city trafficking their own children. This is not, as was shared with you, snatch and grab, Liam Neeson taken. Nonsense. That's maybe 1% of how it happens. It's an accountability issue of taking your community back, making a Saturday afternoon barbecue conversation sex trafficking. Talking to your best friend, your brother, your employee, and say, what are we doing to take our community back? You go to every school principal, every pastor. Are you talking about sex trafficking? No. Are you one of the bad guys? Because I will stand on the rooftop and call it out. Yes, yes. Because the least have to be protected. So this is the issue that I want to talk about. These are warriors. But you have to understand today, as we're fighting to stop sex trafficking, sexual exploitation, we're the #1 nation on earth, by the way, that commercializes sex with children. All right? We're the land of the free and the home of the brave. Sure, that's right. If we don't make this a personal issue, we will do triage until Jesus comes back. We can't do triage. I want to work all of us out of a job. Yes. Okay, we got to eradicate and eliminate this thing, and the only way you do it is you step up to evil and you fight it. This is fire meets fire. Yes. This is taking communities back. Okay? So it's an accountability issue. We can talk forever about this. It's super real. We fought it in 53 countries around the world. This is the worst. Okay, not Cambodia, the Philippines, right here, because here we hide it in plain sight. When I say here, I'm talking Frisco, Plano, Dallas County. Okay, we're in an investigation right now in Dallas County that's going to shake this city to the core.
That's right.